Today we're going to be discussing the Ames Lettering Guide and how to use the Ames Lettering Guide. The purpose of a lettering guide is to ensure that you have straight, uniform lettering guidelines. Right now I'm going to show you how to rotate it. You're going to want to grab the top of the lettering guide here, and with the other hand in the circle portion, the middle of the circle, you're going to want to rotate up. And the same goes for the other side. Okay. The purpose of rotating it is that there's corresponding numbers down at the bottom which are actually, correspond to the hash mark down at the bottom. And each of these numbers represents 1/32nd gap in between your guidelines. Today we're going to be using the 6, which is actually a 3/16 guideline. There we go. Okay. You always want to place the lettering guide against a straight edge to ensure that you have straight, uniform lines. Skipping down from the top hole, you're actually going to want to use the second hole. Hold your pencil straight up, and with the other hand, push the lettering guide against the straight edge. Okay. Then you're actually going to want to follow the crescent shape to the second, or to the following hole, and put your pencil in that hole and draw a straight line. We're actually skipping the hole that's not connected to the crescent shape because that makes lowercase letters, and we do not do that in drafting. So again, repeating the same step, top hole, following the crescent shape, second hole. Okay. Now that we have our guidelines, these are typically done with a turquoise pencil, which will not show up on any sort of copying that we do, but to show that, so you guys can see I'm using a regular lead today. Okay, we're going to be drawing some letters. This line, or we're going to use this side here of the lettering guide to show vertical lines, this side to show horizontals, and this side to show diagonals. So I'm going to proceed to draw an A. Try not to slide this around too much to make smudges on our paper. Flipping it over, I'm going to draw the other diagonal line. And using this side, there's my A. And then we'll also draw an R. Actually, let's do it on this side. It's easier. I'm right-handed. Now when drawing C's or B's or the top part of your R's, you actually are going to have to freehand it. But then I can finish up the remainder of the R with the diagonal here. And again, I have to freehand my C. Trying to keep a sharp point here. And then we're going to do an H. Now some people actually prefer to do all of their vertical lines, all of their horizontal lines, and all of their diagonal lines at one point, and then go back and basically do all their horizontals at one time and then go back and do all their vertical lines to avoid smudging. That's another technique that people do. And that's how to use your draft or your lettering guide.